pellets to their fire pot is the real, that's the real thing that's going to happen, because they're looking in there to see. So it's really no pellets in the fire pot would be the actual symptom that they're going to see, and we'll address it from there.
Okay, so pellets, basically your pellets are feeding. That's the symptom. Yeah, that's the symptom we're going to solve.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
So we'll take you through how to clear jam through hopper. Because sometimes I've had that happen, where pellets get wet in the hopper, and then
I've had a guy had a piece of bark in a bag of pellets that's right on top of the auger itself, so it wouldn't let pellets drop in there. So
you get so many with long pieces of wood in there, I think that out of it, what they have as far as filtration, they'll like pieces of like stick wood.
I've been getting a lot of calls from the lumberjack customers about the pellets.
They just sell so much, it's just a numbers game. Like, it's just a matter of time for you to have a problem.
Hey Periscope, you're ready to shoot a little tech video.
Is this a video inside the video?
It's a video inside the video, inside the video.
That's great.
Doesn't even make sense.
No. Frankie's head's up there. My bad, dude. I'm trying to mess up your stuff. I promise. We're ready to pull it along, right?
It's our version of the teleprompter here.
Yeah. Get your heart out, remember?
You gotta have a teleprompter, otherwise you don't know what you're saying.
Are you leaving the Periscope running during this? Dude, there might be. If I mess up, I'm going to drop an F-bomb. Like, we all know it. Everybody knows it.
I think that'd be cool though.
My mom isn't watching this.
You sure you want me to turn it off?
Huh?
Want me to turn it off?
I don't care.
That's fine. They'll see it like 18 takes on us.
I can't remember when you guys shot that video on Periscope. It only took you 8 hours to make it.
Oh, that's going to be great. All right, good. Yeah. Let's get away from our Periscope face to our YouTube face. Yeah.
I'll give you a thumbs up when I'm ready.
When you're ready. All right. Who forgot to turn their phone off?
I'm rolling, so whenever you're ready.
All right. Let me put this away. I'm good. You're ready.
All right, so if you're watching this video, you discover.
Got it. Ready, so. Good. Thanks, Ray. There we go. All right.
All right, thanks, big man. If you're watching this video, you've discovered an issue where pellets aren't being fed into your fire pot. Very simple. Pellets aren't getting there, you're not getting any fire. So we're going to take you through some of the causes and effects, and eventually the solution to this problem. This is the one problem that takes a little bit more work because the fan and the igniter rod and the controller, they're all very quick visual inspections. You can check them within a couple of seconds, but because the auger deals with the internal portion of the grill, we're going to take you through a couple of more in-depth type of scenarios that could cause it, and ultimately how to make sure we get you fixed and back good. That was so good.
You were so back up and grill. You just start over again.
All right, I can't do it. I'm not really jumping off there. All right, thanks, big man. If you're watching this video, it's because you've developed a problem where pellets aren't feeding into your fire pot. We're going to take you through some of the causes and effects that could create that issue. But one of the things to remember with the auger is that it's the inside of the grill. It's the one thing that takes a little bit more inspection as opposed to the blower fan or the igniter or the controller. All those three things can be taken care of with a very quick visual inspection within a couple of seconds. The auger takes a little bit longer, but we're going to take you through everything that you need to do from start to finish to eventually get you back up and grilling as quick as possible.
Exactly. And one of the main things to remember is this thing turns really slow and sometimes it turns intermittently. So when you first turn your grill on, that auger motor runs for about 30 to 40 seconds straight, but then there's a big 2 to 3 minute pause in there. So if you look in your fire pot to confirm that your auger is turning, best practice is to turn the grill off, turn it on, and look at it And you got to look hard because it only turns about 1.5 RPM. So it's a very slow turning mechanism. So that's really your first thing you want to do is look in the fire pot, confirm whether or not the auger is turning. If it's turning and you're not getting pellets, then the problem's right here in your hopper. What you need to do is turn your grill off, unplug it, take the pellets out, figure out what kind of obstruction there is in there to keep the pellets from dropping into your auger. That's the number one thing that it can be. It can be a piece of bark in a bag of pellets. I mean, things happen. You don't see it when it goes in, and that can create an issue. Easy to fix. Take the pellets out, visual inspection, put them back in, just start getting pellets and you're back and running. Beyond that, really where you need to go is to the access panel at the base of your hopper. If you pull that off, it actually exposes the auger motor and you can look at that. There are really only three things that can happen. Either your auger motor is dead and it will not run. Two, you've sheared the shear pin so it's not turning the auger but the motor itself is turning. Or three, you've got a jammed auger where it just can't turn that auger. And we're going to take you through how to clear all three of those things, determine exactly which one it is, and get you back up and running.
And one of the things we're going to do in a minute is we're going to take you through step by step how to get into the auger, how to clear a jam if that's necessary, and then we'll go through all that in a second, so stay tuned. So Frank, everything else is just going to be that close up to here.
Yeah, we're going to close up on the back. Where we're going now. Behind the scenes periscoping.
Oh, so you do want me to move the camera back?
Yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to get on this and we'll have to pull that access panel and we'll talk from there.
So we got to turn the flippers around.
You want to flip it around and shoot?
Yes, fine.
Yeah. All right, yeah, because you can stay where you are. You
Just missed the light too, how about that?
Well, then I have to move my lights too.
You probably want it, if you want sideways where you can, a little more sideways on the
Kind of
camera.
an angle,
Yeah, a little angle on that so you can kind of see.
So probably bring that side out.
Very smoothly.
The reason why I was looking at Periscope, some people say your audio.
Oh, it's because you're so far away.
Yeah, they wanted it a little closer, so but I think they're good now.
Cheating and loosen them up then?
Yep.
Perfect.
Good.
You want me to narrate while you run, or
Gotta be.
you got this one? Go.
Yeah, I was going to say, you may want to get like a kind of an angle in here because I'm going to make sure they point out that it's going to be the bottom two screws.
Yeah, see, you're blocking my light.
Oh, am I?
No, Ben was blocking.
We were trying to line up to the camera and do this.
Where are you going to be standing?
I can pretty much be right behind it because I can do left-handed and right-handed just directly behind it.
Because this is a good angle for me right here.
Hey, do we have a towel? You can just like a bar
Paper towel.
That's one thing I always tell people to do when they're doing this is lay down a towel underneath it because all the screws are small. There's like a red towel over here. I'll just use that.
You Periscopers, this is real exciting, I'm sure.
Yeah. We're not near as cool as Ray.
No, not
He gets the fun stuff.
He's way more fun than we are.
Notice there's only 2 people at RecTech who have gray hair. These are the 2 of us because we have to do stuff like this. We don't get to have any fun.
Let me make sure we got audio. You may have been.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Nice. All right.
We like to give more, you know, to overpromise and underdeliver. Underpromise and overdeliver.
We're rolling on both.
All right, cool. We good. All right, guys. So now that we're at the back of the grill, the first thing I recommend doing is just taking a towel and laying it down underneath all this, especially if you're on the deck. You're going to be doing with smaller screws. It's a good thing if you drop one, it'll make it easier to find it if you drop it. So the first thing you're going to do is remove the bottom 2 screws on both sides of this axis.
You just come back and shoot it from over here. And you can cut out the move on the thing.
Yeah.
Where he just rotates back and you'll get the shot from this side.
All right.
Okay, so now that we've got those removed, this panel will drop off here. And the auger motor just sits on this shelf. That's all it does. The only thing that's holding it in place other than that is a bolt that goes through the output shaft of the auger motor and the actual auger itself. There's a shear bolt in here. We'll get a close-up picture of that. And then we'll go through on how to replace it. Just chop this up however we did. Cut that. That's fine.
So what we'll do now is we'll kind of go back into little diagnostic mode. Kind of shoot. If we can get a shot, Frankie, of kind of a close-up. Do we have a screwdriver that I can use to kind of point with? So we get a kind of a close-up on that side view of that motor. I can kind of point in there and tell them basically what they're looking for. And we'll actually flip that grill on, and that way I can kind of show them what they're going to be looking for. So what we want to shoot is right. Let's shoot from the other side, because the wires are in the way here. That way I can kind of see. I'll talk them through what all the kind of pieces and parts are, and then when I say we'll turn this grill on, and that so you can see how this should operate in here, and I'll kind of that way I can kind of take through a basic troubleshoot of that part. Yeah, great shot. You see that? That's screw. Let me see if I can get my hand in there without. As long as I get my hand up here, I can block the shot. Alright, that's good. Alright, that's good.
I'll tell you. Let me get some audio. Say check.
Check.
All right, okay. All right, rolling.
Do you want me to turn the whole grill on, or do you want me to just do auger just for sound?
Yeah, we keep the sound on if you run Auger. Okay, so yeah, if you just get it close to.
Yeah, I'll just leave it on igniter, and then when you say go,
Don't do that. Leave it just before fan, because we got pellets in that pot. It's gonna start smoking.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, that'd be bad. All right.
All right, so I'm 5.5 right now.
All right, ready. All right, now that you've removed the access panel, you can see the auger motor. And what you want to do is you want to just give a good visual inspection and see what's going on in here. First thing you want to look for is the shear bolt, which is located right here on the end of this screwdriver. That's the output shaft of the auger motor, and it's the input shaft of the auger itself. That bolt goes straight through both shafts, and that's what keeps your auger motor in place and transfers the turning of the motor to the auger itself. If that bolt is missing, your auger will turn, but it won't turn your auger shaft and won't push any pellets into your grill. So the next thing you want to do, if that's in place, is you want to see what's happening when you turn on your auger motor. So if we turn this on, what you'll see is this little fan on the back of your auger motor that's going to turn. If that turns, then your auger motor's running. What you want to do then is look at your output shaft, which is also going to turn at that low 1.5 RPMs, and so it's going to turn very slow, but you can look at that bolt, watch that thing turn, and as that turns, you're going to confirm that you have output out of your motor. If all that's going on, then you probably have a blockage in your pellet hopper. Go back to there, see why your pellets aren't dropping into the auger itself. If this fan turns and the output shaft does not turn, then the problem is here in the gear reduction housing. There may be a broken gear in there and we'll need to replace your auger motor. Next thing that could happen would be if the auger motor does not come on at all. Now, if it doesn't come on at all, then you're going to have to replace the auger motor. It's just a dead motor, it won't work. However, if you see it turn, that fan just winds just a little bit and it tries to turn and won't turn, then you're in a position where you can actually make yourself grill and everything can be okay. It's going to take a little effort, but what has happened is you have a jam in your auger. And your auger can be jammed for a couple of different reasons. Foreign object gets in there, lodges between the auger and the auger tube. Your pellets got wet in some form or fashion. You know, this grill's not waterproof, so if you get enough water on it, you will get water in your pellets. If your pellets get wet, they'll turn to sawdust. They sit for a while and dry out. That sawdust can get very hard, almost like concrete, and the auger motor just, even with as much torque as it has, will not push through that. So you're going to have to pull the auger out and visually inspecting the tube, see what's going on in there. First thing you want to do is, of course, take the pellets out of your hopper. If you get down to the bottom of the hopper and you see some sawdust that looks really hard, then your pellets got wet somehow, and you're going to have to clear this and get through this. So we're going to take you through that step by step, how to remove the auger from the auger tube. How do you feel about that, Ben?
Okay, perfect. Alright, so
Let's go through,
metric 2.5 Allen wrench.
okay, and set screws.
But yeah, that's definitely our
Set screws.
metric 2.5.
All right, yes.
Alright, so basically you've eliminated every variable that can be up to this point. So if we're to this point,
Yep, it's good. We're pulling the auger, so you need to this side pull the auger. That'll be a good video if we want to just make a how to pull your auger. We can use this segment right here that you're about to shoot. So we have it in the can.
You good, Frankie? I'm going to be working right here. Alright.
alright, go ahead, check Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm investing in some new ones.
No, they're all right. It just seems like every time I look at it, it's when they pop on me.
Hold on, go ahead.
Okay. Alright, so to this point in the video, we've eliminated all the other variables that could be causing an issue with pellets not coming into your fire pot. And the last remaining thing we need to do is pull out a pellet jam. And the way we extract the auger out of the grill is a little more simple than it may sound. The first thing we need to do is remove the set screws at the 9 o'clock and the 3 o'clock position here on this backside for a bushing. We'll show you all that in a minute. What you're going to need to extract these is a metric 2.5 Allen wrench.
You want to cut everything out except for like right when you're about to turn it, then you want to cut in?
Yeah,
Into
you
it?
cut back into it there.
Cut it to this. You can just get some shots of me turning it. And that's
Right.
everybody's going to know how to change this thing up.
You have something to pry against, little pry block.
What do you mean?
fast motion, that deal there with his, you know, just turning that and then we'll cut to the next thing.
I got it.
Okay. So then this is where we would probably jump right back into it. Let me know when you're ready.
What are you gonna do here?
I'm gonna basically pry this thing out. You can pretty much shoot it from that side. You don't have to shoot it from both sides.
Okay.
I'm just gonna show how I pry it out.
All right.
You ready?
We can go check audio. One second, Mark. Say something?
Can you hear me?
Perfect. Fire wrong.
Now that we have these set screws removed on both sides, one way to extract the auger is you basically just take a hammer, and you're going to use this part of the grill as a fulcrum. You're going to use the claw parts of the hammer to make contact inside the auger motor, and you're going to pry just a little bit from the left, a little bit from the right, and for lack of a better technical term, you're going to have a seesaw the auger out the back of the grill. This auger has a bushing that goes into the grill. As you can see, this bushing is about 1 inch thick, so that'll kind of give you a gauge as you start to pull it out the back. Once you do that, everything's free. Now you may need to unclip some wires and eventually unplug your auger motor to pull all the way out the back. But as you see, as you start to pull it back, pellets are going to start to come out the back of the grill, and you know that you're pretty much home free from this point.
You want to show you pulling the plug off too? Unplugging it?
Yeah, I'm going to need some scissors, you know. Oh, I should have cut those before we did it. Oh, it is. Those aren't going to work. Those aren't really scissors. Even better. It's this. This is just something you can fast motion in here. Okay. So you don't take it out like that. You want to do the alternative way?
No, that's a better way. I like that. That's good.
Because that way, if that shear bolt's upright, doesn't matter. You gotta take it off.
Hold up. And that's a big way to, if you would do a little shot now, kind of talk about, you know, to change an auger motor, right? You take the shear bolt, the way you got it in your hand, you kind of go through that and cover.
Well, I have to take it off to put it back in anyway.
Oh, you can't get it back in without it?
I mean, you're really gonna be able to hammer this thing back in. I got a little trick for that.
They, you know, they put them in like that in the factory and stuff.
Oh.
Just, in they go.
They just hammer it?
I'll watch close next time I'm there. That's how they do it. But I know they have that assembly all assembled like that, before they put them in.
It'd be very interesting to see where they hit to get it in there.
Yeah. But they have I think they probably have a fork tool that they put on that.
Try that. Let's see.
And they have them laying down too, so they can we'll go through putting it together. We'll go through step by step. Cover, now that you got it out, you can run run something in there, visually inspect inside the tube, something long in there in case there's anything caked on. Or you can actually use the auger to push in and out and do that. And then I'm going to show you how to put it back in.
You ready?
It's still probably showing after Periscope.
Will I say something?
Something.
No, Periscope's over here.
Okay.
Alright, we're rolling.
Yeah, that's cool. Am I in the shot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can see you.
Okay. I can see you too. Alright. So now that we have this out, the next thing we need to do is we're going to remove the shear bolt, which you'll just need a small Phillips head and a pair of needle nose pliers. And you basically put your needle nose on the nut, you take your Phillips head, just back the bolt out, and that'll free these two things up. I got
I have that Phillips head right here.
I got these snaps though, that's all I need.
You want me to get this too, right?
Any of you will be able to look at this and say, yeah, that's how you do it.
You use your socket to put that bush back in, right?
Yep. Still rolling? Alright, so now that we have these two things apart, a good thing to do is go ahead and slide your bushing off and just use your auger to clean out your auger tube. Just push it through, kind of pull it out a few times, make sure that any obstructions in there, most of it came out when you pulled it out, but make sure there's nothing else in there that could cause any problems. And then we're ready to start putting it back together. And the way we're going to do that is you want to take your bushing, slide it back onto your auger, push it in, and a little trick that I have learned along the way is to just take a socket, put the socket over the auger itself and just on the bushing. That way we're only hitting the bushing back into place and the auger will remain sticking out the back of the drill. So we'll do that. Let's kind of tap it back in place in here. And you just want to tap that until the bushing itself is flush with the back of the grill. From there, we're ready to put the auger back on, and all you'll need to do is slide it back in there, put your shear bolt back in place, and you're home free.
Set screws.
Damn.
Start back at.
You're probably gonna. I don't think you're gonna allow the hammering in the video.
So after
After I hammer it back in place. All right.
So I'll cut you, be hammering real quick, and then we'll come back to.
Raise a weight. All right, so now that we have this hammered back in place, you just want to get this bushing to where it's flush with the edge of the grill. You want to put the set screws, which are at the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock position of that bushing back in place, and that holds your bushing in there. And then all we need to do is take that shear bolt, put it back into your back in the auger motor with the auger shaft, and we're home free from there.
That's it. Okay.
Sometimes I tell them to test the auger motor before they put it back on there.
That's not to get a guy through that issue.
Yeah. Should pretty much line up.
For you guys on Periscope, the thing we're addressing here is it's a rare problem. It happens seldom, but it's one of those things where if we're talking you through it, we're on the phone with you for the entire length of time that you're doing it, and where we do it pretty quick, even filming, it usually takes you guys, it's a 20-25 minute task, and we're tied up on the phone waiting on you while you're pounding and pulling and doing things like that, and we get bored. So this will help you get through this if you ever have this issue without having to have one of us there holding your hand. But hey, if you do run into trouble, call us, we'll get you through it. It's not a problem. Yeah, I think so.
If I need to just use music, putting this stuff back together too.
All right.
Yeah, you can kind of fast motion this, you know, on the end, the put it back together kind of shots, you know, in cutting in and out, doesn't have to be all complete there. It's just a reverse the process.
All right. My battery's gonna die anyways.
You're already getting this much. I really wish we could have a cotter pin. Yeah. Is it at least crosswise for you?
Yeah.
You get there crosswise, but you don't have a set of, you know, all good pliers to be.
I do not.
That always makes sense. You don't want pliers to make that hard task. Kind of get that together, you want to, we'll do a little, kick it back to the big guy, take the thumb. And that thing, basically, that covers all the, I mean, that's Auger troubleshoot, top to bottom right there.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing else. You know everything I know about Augers at that point. I would stick it out with my finger and then use the screwdriver on the other end to turn while I hold it. Tiny fingers are helpful for this portion, or a needle nose pliers are your best friend here. Then I want to see you do that again with your tongue in this time.
Oh, I thought I was out of the shot.
Technically you are. Just messing with you. It becomes much more difficult if you hold your tongue in your mouth the way you do it.
I'm sure I'm not the first person on video to put their tongue out.
My son used to do it when he would bat. And, he was just taking batting practice one day, and he hits a good shot, and the coach says, "All right, that was great. Now try it with your tongue in your mouth." He had a good laugh on it.
It worked for Jordan.
Yeah. Plug it in, put the cover back on, we're back in business. You want me to do it?
No.
All right.
Narrate this part. When you plug it in, turn it on. Just to verify. I'm gonna tell them before you put your cover back on, you just want to turn it. Make sure everything's good. You get your test mode on it.
Now I'll just turn it on.
Okay.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, once you have everything back in there, plug your auger motor back in. That's the 2 black wires, goes to the yellow and 2 whites. Cut your grill on. Auger motor's turning, and then you want to look in here, make sure your shaft for your auger is actually turning too. Assuming all that's good to go, you can turn everything back off, unplug your grill once more, tuck all your wires back, put your access panel back on, and you're back to grilling. Of course, if you have any questions during any part of this, always feel free to give us a call, and we'll talk to you soon. Leaving the video is always the hardest part.
We'll,
I'll just do that again. That's quick. All right. So once we have everything back in here, we're going to plug your auger motor back in, which is your 2 black wires to a yellow and 2 whites. Plug your grill back in. Cut it on just to make sure everything's good. Ron, if you please. Auger motor's turning, and you want to check the shaft to make sure that's turning as well. Assuming all that's good to go, you'll be good to tuck your wires back in. Go ahead and put your access panel back on. But of course, if you have any questions while you're doing any of this, please feel free to call us. We'd be more than happy to help you. Thanks for watching. Back to you, Ray.
through the magic of television, it'll be about a 4 or 5 minute video.
Yeah. And that's Frankie's editing skills.
You want to unperiscope them?